Hey YouTube, what's going on? Today we got the 2002 GMC Sierra 3500. We're going to be installing a Class 5 CURT hitch on it, the Xtra Duty series. It's a 17,000 pound hitch. Pretty simple bolt-in connection. It's supposed to be no drilling required. They all come with just two pieces of hardware that look like this. You see you got one that has a bigger spacer than the other. Your larger spacer is always going to go further back on the frame. I'll show you when we get under there and everything. Got my little assistant recording. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to get under here, I'm going to get the holes lined up, and I've already got two sets of the hardware in. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to impact one set in, and I'll be able to do the other side by myself while she continues to record. And I'll show you a bit about how it's supposed to work. So for this job, you have grade 8 bolts. You're going to need preferably a pretty nice impact, or you can always use just a good old wrench, either 21 millimeter or 3/4 socket, whatever you have available. All right, let's get under here. You can cut it. All right, guys, so as you can see, this takes a little bit of finagling to do if you're doing it by yourself. When those bolts go up there, these spacers have to go inside the frame. I'll have her go around and show you once I'm done explaining, but how it works is when you're tightening the bolt, this will catch on the inside of the frame and prevent it from turning any further. So you only have to tighten the nut. You don't need to have a counter force on the other side or anything. So once you do that, you can see right up here, I'm just tightening the bolt, and I lied about the 21 millimeter. I'm just using a 3/4 right now, and I'm getting both of these not tightened all the way down just yet. I want to get everything in the other side. But this is going to help me get everything aligned without having to have her help me and all that. So, yeah, I recommend this being a two-person job if you can make it that, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So let's get over to the other side. All right, guys, so as you can see, hitch is in, bolts are in. Now, y'all might be wondering, there's 3 holes. But why do they only give us, or 3 holes per side, but why do they only give us 2 bolts per side? Right here is supposed to be a weld nut that should be on the frame. My truck doesn't have that. I don't exactly know why, but that is a 14 millimeter bolt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the hardware store and I'm gonna find me just the biggest grade 8 I can possibly find that'll fit up in here. And at that point, it's however you want to engineer it. You know, if you want your body of the bolt to go up through, head underneath, or head over top, body down below, it's up to you at that point. But I'm probably just going to match the other bolts, so head on top inside the frame and everything. And then just go through. So these bolts here that go onto the frame, let me see that, honey. These are supposed to be torqued to a spec of 110 foot-pounds. Your weld nut right here will be torqued to a spec of 126 foot-pounds. That's per CURT. All right, guys, and just like that, it's in. Like I said, remember, the bolts that come with the kit, 110 pound-feet. Your 14 millimeter weld nuts, 126 foot-pounds of torque. I don't have my torque wrench with me right now, so I can't spec them down, but I'm going to do that whenever I get it. But that's how it's supposed to look. You know, I'm going to get this run, probably going to weld something right here to hold it, or right there, I don't know. The instructions say drop the spare tire, but as you can see, I didn't, and I did this in about 5 minutes. So just squeeze your hands up in a tight spot a couple times. That's it. But yeah, that's it.